Coach, ringworm.
Guys, look. Ringworm. Every year, we have to deal with ringworm. You have to deal with ringworm. Ringworm is a fungus. Very similar to athlete's foot. Wrestlers, grapplers, jiu-jitsu guys, MMA guys, we run into ringworm, okay? Ringworm, it's not a worm. It's a fungus on your skin. It'll be in a round position. It gets raised off the skin and it itches. So it's not usually super dangerous, although I have seen cases that any one of you would call dangerous. I've seen a guy with 100 ringworm on his body. I'm not saying I've seen a lot of that, but I have seen it. And I am not kidding when I say 100. I don't know how this could have happened, but I've been to a wrestling tournament before. It was not one of my kids, somebody else's kid, and he broke out his entire body. It's bad when it gets in your hair, but besides all that, most people look at it as a mild disease. I would agree, it's mostly mild, but we don't want it. So there's many different drugs you can get over the counter. So if you guys get ringworm, you're gonna see tough-actin tinactin, which is tolnaftate, the drug. You're gonna see clotrimazole drug, name brand Lotrimin. Lotrimin AF now, they have like the better, stronger drug, which originally name brand Lamisil, which is terbinafine hydrochloride. Now they have butenafine hydrochloride, which is a newer drug and very, very strong. That's the strongest you're gonna get over the counter for the most part. Those work much better. I would stay away from tolnaftate and clotrimazole. They do work, but they take a lot longer. Miconazole is another one, but they do have also a pill form that you can take. You can get prescription. Those, I believe, are very hard on your body, so you don't want to use it on a regular basis, but it'll kill any fungus on your body all over. Like if you have something bad, you might need to get prescribed fluconazole. So you take that one will get ringworm, whatever, yeast infections, any kind of fungus you have anywhere on your body. So how do I know about all this? Because I've been doing this for like almost 32 years now. So I've seen it all. I've had over 100 ringworm in my life. You tend to get it. Now, why do you get ringworm? I have a theory on how you get it, and I can't prove it. I don't know for certain, but this is my take on it. When I was coming up, everyone would always talk about cleaning the mats. Cleaning the mats. First, let's talk about cleaning the mats. You do want to have clean mats. You don't want to have dirty mats. If guys have funk on them, ringworm or some type of bacterial infection like impetigo or staph or otherwise something else, you want to have clean mats. 100%, we want clean mats. But I really don't think it's that as much as everybody thinks it is. One, these diseases, a lot of times, they need a host. They live on the body a lot better. These are the things we're concerned with. Most of the time, these are from person-to-person contact. Let me mention showers. If you go and take a shower right after practice, you won't get ringworm, I've heard. It's because you wait and you go home, high school kid plays video games, sits in his sweaty ass clothes and gets ringworm. I do believe that that's a factor. I believe the mats are a factor. I believe all that. Showering, that's a factor. I don't think it's the major factor. I'm not saying you now have the go-ahead to just not take showers. Please take showers. What am I saying? I'm telling you where you get this. This is from my experience. This is not anything that has been peer-reviewed, okay? You be my peer review for me, okay? Check me if I'm right or wrong. Comment down below. This is how we're infecting each other, with our fingernails. Ringworm itches. when people get ringworm, they scratch. If you notice where we get ringworm, the majority of the time we get ringworm, you're gonna find it on the arms, you're gonna find it on the neck, around the back of the neck, side of the neck, the face, you get sometimes on the face, and you'll get it on your legs, okay? You'll get ringworm in those locations. My opinion is that infected individuals that have a ringworm, they've got it on their thigh. It's covered up. They're wearing sweats. But what did they do before that session? High school kid. Scratching his leg. He's got it on his fingernails. He wrestles you, puts it on your arms. And when you guys are wrestling, there are micro, tiny little abrasions that happen on the skin with the fingernails. These collect all that dirt and fungus and bacteria. And then that's how it gets implanted into your skin. That's my theory based on my years. It almost always happens from person to person contact. Here's how I know that. When I get a kid with ringworm, the first thing I do after diagnosing it is I ask him, who has he wrestled with? Usually, you will, if he's only been in one room, you will find another kid that is his training partner also has it, most of the time. And if he's the only one that has it, beware, over the next couple days, he probably, maybe he's the first one, he's patient 0, okay, or 1 or whatever it's called, and then he gives it to the other guy, and you'll notice a few days later, that guy pops up and goes, I've got ringworm. Because I've ran that own personal anecdotal experiment a bunch of times, that's how I've come to my conclusion. Most of the time, these things get spread during wrestling season, tournament season. When you're going to tournaments, you're spreading, it's a huge disease fest, you're spreading it around. You've got a bunch of people in a whatever it is, wrestling tournament, let's just say has 6 to 8 mats. You've got, doesn't matter, 1,000 kids, okay? I always say it could be 5-10%. Think about that. If 5-10% have some type of disease that don't get groove checked, wrestlers got to go through a groove check where the referees take a look at them. If it doesn't get found, and say even 5% out of 1,000 kids, that's 50 kids. Think about it, that have something. You know, if we're looking at 500 kids, that's 25. So 25 to 50 kids have this disease. Who are they wrestling that day? Other wrestlers in their weight class? What do those kids then do? They get infected via the wrestling, grappling, fingernail grabbing, all the wrestling that happens. They get infected, boom, get scratched on the neck from a collar tie. That kid then goes back to his room on a Monday, Tuesday. All of a sudden, it's had enough time to pop up from the weekend, pops up on a Tuesday. Usually it's a tiny little pimple. They always tell the same story. It was a bug bite, or it was a spider bite, or it was something else. It was a pimple. And then I scratched it, and then it became ringworm. Maybe that's possible. I don't think so most of the time. Most of the time, ringworm does not pop up like that. It's not that big when it pops up. It pops up as a tiny little bump. You scratch it because it itches, and before you realize it, over the next day or two, it now spreads into a ring-shaped pattern, and now you've got ringworm. And then it gets diagnosed after 4 or 5 days, and someone says, you've got ringworm. At that point, how many people have you infected? Because you've been scratching it. This is how it works, guys. So listen, trim your fingernails, clean your hands, and learn how to soap up and clean your fingernails. When you go to tournaments, of course, shower. Of course, go to places that have clean surfaces, mats and all that. Take your showers, do all that good stuff. But I'm telling you, if you have an infected individual, you could be on the cleanest mats in the world. You could take a shower right after practice. If that kid's got ringworm and he's been scratching it and he collar ties you and scratches your neck, by the time you get to the shower, it's already over, bro. That thing has penetrated inside, underneath your skin. Remember, the skin is the largest organ in the body. Your skin is there to protect you from diseases. It doesn't let things in. The problem is, things still get in. That's why I'm saying that. That's my theory on it. You guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I've been doing this a long time. So try to understand what I said. Cleanest mat in the world, you take a shower right after. You wrestle with an infected person, you're probably gonna get it. It usually comes from body to body contact. It spreads from one host to another. We've gotta shut it down. Guys, stop just taping it up. There's rooms out there, I've seen them, wrestling rooms where they just tape it up. They tape up the ringworm, they keep going. These kids are scratching each other, the whole team's got ringworm, and nobody bats an eye, I've seen. Some people do, and then they hold their kids out. Others, they just keep wrestling, usually because they're good wrestlers and they don't want to be off the mat. They're tough wrestlers, they don't like to stop wrestling. So they just keep wrestling, they tape it up, they hide it, and then they infect 5 more people. Whatever. Ringworm's not all that bad, but it's annoying. We don't want it. Try to take care of your kids. Keep your kids clean. Try to give them the appropriate medication. Some people might comment down below and talk about bleach. Guys, you're not supposed to put bleach on your skin. I'm not gonna lie, I've used it before. It can work if you know what you're doing. I'm not gonna prescribe that. Don't do that. Use the appropriate medication. I think that's all I gotta say about that, guys. There's bacterial infections as well. I'm not gonna go into it. This one's about ringworm. Guys, stay away from dirty people that have ringworm. But if you don't know, do your best, do your due diligence, take your showers. Oh man, people nowadays, they sell these products. They got like wipes, you know, defense, foam. We used to have, what was it, Kennedy would make Ken Shield. You put this foam barrier on your skin. I can't say that that's a thing. I don't know. I can't say one way or another. But what I am saying is stay away from the people that have it as much as you can, and just do the best you can with the showers. But also, if you're in a room, if you're a coach, guys, keep your guys off the mat. Dude, they can go and work out. They can go do something else. Work on your weights, work on your running, work on some gymnastics. Go do something else. You know, don't wrestle and infect these other kids. And then you put them into tournaments. Parents, you put your kids into tournaments because you don't care. So you just infect everybody else. It has a ripple effect. Other wrestling rooms, they end up with a team. 5 guys on the team have it. Boom. Those kids pull out of a match because they get flagged for ringworm. It has a ripple effect. And it affects some guys. Think about it. Some guys get taken out of big tournaments that matter for their careers, all because they got infected. So I know I'm long-winded. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.